introduce you to one of the executive producers, John Worth. Next, executive producer, Josh Friedman. And now easing into his way into the show is Derek Reese, Brian Austin Green. The character who I don't think we'd have a show without, John Connor. Please welcome Thomas Devin.
Yeah.
And one more person I have a feeling you guys are pretty familiar with, who plays Cameron. Please welcome Summer Glau.
Yeah.
Name's Cameron now.
I tried to tell him that.
It's nice to have many names. First of all, thank you guys for doing this. Thank you guys for being here. Before I get into some of the show questions, there's one thing that actually has been bugging me since I've been watching the show, that everybody is always so serious, especially somewhere like you don't get to smile or anything. And I just wonder if there's an episode where, I don't know, y'all go for ice cream or something, or the Brady's went to Hawaii. Is there a chance you could take everybody to Hawaii for one episode? Yeah.
Hey, that's my question.
Okay, well, we'll get out of the way first, and just like now I know we're racing toward the end of the season. We have, I think, two episodes left. What is sort of in store? Any tips you can give people where we're heading from where we've been? Yeah, I know. I do. I thought maybe it changed.
No.
Okay. There are 3 episodes.
Well, it's a 2-hour finale, yes. It's 2 nights.
2 nights. 2 nights.
Could you elaborate on that no a little bit, Jeff?
No.
I know when we talked back in the summer and you were trying to pull all the scripts together, I'm curious if the season actually for all of you is sort of unfolding the way you thought it would as you're pulling the shows together. Did things even surprise you guys as you're writing it and as you're performing in them?
I mean, we had a pretty good plan going into the start of writing them all, and I mean, it's actually kind of come together a lot like we thought. It's funny. I mean, you keep saying it's serious. I actually think the show is funnier than I thought that it was going to be, but maybe that's my own weird sense of humor. But I think it's hysterical. But that's the only surprise. Maybe I'm not surprised by that because I'm the one who thinks that. God bless you. I'm your boss.
We laugh all the time.
What are your favorite funny moments, everybody? Funny moments in the show, or it's either way. Actually, behind the scenes is probably better because people don't get to see that. Behind the scenes.
They're all funny.
Sorry, you take this. Is it my fault?
It's Thomas's fault. Well, you always come to, we always come to set in the morning and we have our morning rehearsal. And Thomas always comes in with his sunglasses on. And, it doesn't matter if it's raining. And then he'll choose a character, and it's not John Connor. And he'll do the rehearsal as a different character.
Josh Friedman gets very nervous if he's watching.
And we terrorize every new director that comes in.
It's crucial if it's a new director and doesn't know that I'm kidding. That's the best. Because we do laugh a lot for such a serious show. But what characters do you do? Feel free to share one.
I'm really good at playing Cameron. I'm not really funny, so I try not to laugh.
But I make you laugh. You have to laugh. Sometimes it's really hard for all of us when we have to be all stoic, but particularly for Summer.
But Brian, when you did that, when he was on the kitchen island spitting up that fake phone, we had to shoot that for hours. We didn't even watch it.
No.
It was really
No, and there was supposedly one shot of you that was like a close-up, and
I did pretty
and it
good.
was, yeah, you were completely straight-faced, and then just this foam kind of came up in front, out of my mouth, and she just finally just put her hands up and kind of walked away. It's funny in sort of a horrific way sometimes, and then other times just the seriousness of situations is pretty funny as well.
So actually, the one difference to it from when we did this before, Brian, you weren't a part of this back in the summer. What was it like, kind of stepping in and joining everybody here? Was it welcomed right away?
It was really scary and overwhelming at first because the show had already been going, and they had already gone through sort of the trial period of doing a pilot and bonding and becoming a group that really understands each other, and they have that sort of common goal and that bond. But the cast was fantastic, and I stepped in, and everybody was just really welcoming, and it's a great cast and a great crew, and everybody really made me feel like I was supposed to be there, and they were happy that I was there. And it's a great place to work.
It's nice to be part of a show where you can punch and shoot and all that for a change.
I get to fight Terminators. Who doesn't want to do that? It's a dream.
I mean, the character of Derek, maybe you guys can talk a little bit about developing that character too, because it is one of the many new twists you introduced into the mythology.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I was sitting at a coffee shop with James Middleton, and I said, dude, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring Kyle Reese back. And he said, you're going to get fucking killed. And I was like, no, I mean, I'm going to do it. I mean, in this particular future, he'll be alive, he'll come back, let's hear who he is. I had a whole thing worked out. I went on like some 25-minute, iced tea induced jag with James Middleton, and he just looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, well, how about his brother? And they went, oh, that we can do. And so, it was, the reason, obviously, is a huge part of the canon and part of the mythology, and every time you kind of step into that sacred space, you kind of have to do something, say a little prayer. And, I've thought that the Reese family, let's just say, plays a really important emotional part, especially, for Sarah, and then ultimately, I think, for John, once he's kind of confronted with the relations. And, a lot of the show is sort of about family and trying to make a family unit. And I think that the Reese of it all is a really important part of that. So it seemed like, an inevitable outgrowth of what we were going for.
I know it's not the Waltons, but it does seem that Mitchell's family, that has always seemed like the core of everything. I mean, every single connection between every single character somehow goes back to, a different kind of family, perhaps. But,
yeah, I keep saying they're like the ultimate nuclear family. See, I thought that was pretty good. Mark Fox is like, no, we're not doing the tagline.
He's told me that before, and I just got it.
I did. I wanted it on the poster, and I didn't know. That's why I'm not in marketing.
Season 2.
Season 2, nuclear family. If you see it on the poster, it's on here.
How you doing?
Down there.
It's good down here.
Yeah?
It's nice, isn't it? Very nice down here.
Do you join in like the family theme? Is that something that you made you interested in even doing this and pushing the project along? Or?
Well, the family thing is really interesting, but it's the Terminators that is what kind of hooked me, and the cast. First of all, I came into the show after the pilot, and I was attracted to the show primarily by the quality of Josh's script, which I think is what brought everybody into this universe. And then when I saw the pilot and I saw the actors that he had cast, I really fell in love with it, and I thought, who but these actors could play these roles? And then, of course, this guy showed up. I hadn't even met him really until the premiere party. I was in the casting session that he came in on, and then at the premiere party we said hello because we had been on strike for quite a few weeks by the time we had that party. So we're new friends. Yeah. It's working out.
Actually, I'm curious about the casting. Were was he the one you guys always had in mind? Was it, you came in and you went, well, of course? Yeah.
Was I one of the guys they had in mind? I don't think so. No. I don't think you wrote the character and thought, I think Austin Green would be perfect for this.
You know what's amazing is that outside of our...
When I think action, I think Brian Austin Green.
The funny thing is...
DJ, and it'll shoot guns.
Ryan!
It'll be awesome. Run! Sorry, go ahead.
Zip it.
We saw, we go through all parts. You just go through a casting process, and the basic thing is we were looking at this part in our casting office. I don't know if you know, right outside the casting office is a big poster for the Freddy show.
Yeah.
I saw it, and it's like every day I walk by the Freddy poster, and it's and there's Brian, with Freddy Prinze Jr. And I don't think I ever really registered it. And then Brian came in and auditioned for the part, and just knocked it out of the park. And I was like, oh shit, I'm going to cast Brian Austin Green in this part. And
We all said the same thing.
Like it's going to be, but I was like, he's going to be my Scott Foley on the unit, and.
This is the humor we were talking about.
This is why the show's so serious. And I don't think it was until you walked out, and I was like, yeah, we're going to do that. I walked out and I saw your picture on the poster, like, oh, he was in that? Oh, wow. It was like, it totally, everything, like, I'm going to cast him. And, but, it's one of those things where, I think that, obviously his reputation, for all the good and other baggage that it brings. It's not even bad. It's just that all the baggage that it brings with it is something that, to me, that was like, I came downstairs and said, we're casting Brian Green. Everyone, all the writers were like, really? I said, here's the audition. Let me show you the audition. We had everything on DVD, and it was like, everyone went, oh, right. It was like, to me, the minute you saw him actually do the role, we talked about it. It was like, no one now says, oh, it's Brian Austin Green. It says, oh, it's Derek, and that's cool. And I think that's, a testament to how good he is on it.
The terrible thing about that actors go through in Hollywood is there's really, in many cases, there is not much acting required because as a person looking to cast somebody in a role, you can sit there for days and weeks and months until the one person walks in that sort of nails it. And the auditioning process, I'm sure you've all been through it, where you've gone in and you've had a take on a character and it hasn't been the right take, and you obviously could have done that job, but you didn't get that job. And in his case, that's exactly what happened. We saw this guy, we knew who he was, we had certain expectations, and he completely sort of confounded our expectations in terms of the way he chose to play this character, which was exactly as we were kind of envisioning how it would be. There's kind of a minimalism aspect to it, which I think is really powerful.
I'm curious though, for years working with Sharon Doherty, does that prepare you to work with the Terminator? I kid.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Maybe looking for
Where are you available next season? Some of that comedy?
One thing we were talking about mythology. This certainly comes steeped in it when you show. But is that every step of the way? For you guys writing it, but then also you guys, acting in it. There's so much that precedes it, and I think there's a movie like a Terminator 4 coming, I think, too. Is there a word has it? Actually, I didn't know about that.
There's a Terminator 4.
With me in it, of course. And Summer and Lena.
Mick G's directing it.
Kill me now. If you use your age. Does this make it harder for you guys? Easier for you guys? Maybe first, in terms of acting and in terms of writing, because there's all these other, Terminator threads out there.
I've been on strike for 4 months, so I really am not too up on what's going on. No, honestly, I don't think we give it a second thought, really. I don't.
It's, it's we've been said before, I think that it's, the cool thing about the mythos is, we really kind of take the no favor what you make, seriously, and I think in this particular case, it's no favor what you make on TV, and there's no favor what you make in a feature film that never the twain shall meet. And I wouldn't want to be constricted by what they do, and I'm sure they wouldn't want to be constricted by what we do. And for me, I think if you're a Terminator fan, hopefully you're happy that there's more stuff to watch. And I know that a lot of people try to take the canon and try to make it into one very strict, specific through line, and you guys are going to break your heads open trying to do that. It's impossible. It's impossible to do it just almost taking the first movie by itself. It would be crazy. Thank you, Summer, for your support. If Summer thinks it's okay, then it's okay.
That is true. The one thing that I have been curious about, Summer, that you don't seem to have is a catchphrase. And I don't know if there's one still coming by the end of the year. Is there a catchphrase for Cameron? Something that she can, no, I'll be back.
That was the first thing my sister said when I got the part. She called me and she said, "Well, do you have your badass catchphrase?" Still don't.
I think "thank you for explaining" is her catchphrase.
Yeah.
But it's cute, not frightening.
We've tried to make the Terminators really polite. It's just one of the things. I mean, thank you for explaining, and I think that Cromartie has always been very, very polite, cordial. I think that's something that they learned early was thank you, please.
So one other thing, and I can't remember where I was reading about this, but I know that the amount of physical work, actually you guys all have to do, but how much more in shape are you now? Is this, better physically than...
I started working out this week, and we finished the season months ago. So I only just started getting physical in the hopes that he can start kicking a little more ass in the next season. And she's been working out the whole time.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
You feel bad you haven't gotten to punch many people, or get to do it? You sort of are the one sitting at the kitchen table most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, I would like him to be going out and, shooting people and taking care of business. But, however, well, you're still Summer Glau, it's okay. You could sit at the kitchen table and still be the badass one of the show. No, but I think it's good for the character. He has to have somewhere to go and to start with. And I think some people like where he is, and some people have been frustrated that he isn't the future leader yet. But that's the whole point. He's a young guy, and he's scared, and he's figuring stuff out. But it's there. It's definitely there. And I think when we come back, right? Am I right? There'll be something. I'll get to at least punch one person. Please.
You threw Charlie down in the first
That's true.
episode with a judo flip that I know for a fact you actually don't know how to do.
That's right.
I think you should be pretty happy.
That's true. I gotta be grateful.
My deal with Thomas is if he works out, then we'll.
I'm working on it.
It's a character arc thing, though. I mean, I think you can't have 3 alphas running around all the time, and I think it's it's important. We've only done 9 episodes, and we're going to be on the air for 12 seasons, so I think that needs to be.
For to seeing a geriatric John Connor.
I know I'm in it, so I'm not supposed to say this, but how rad is it that in 9 episodes they have all that footage and all that action and all those clips? Like, I'm a little blown away watching it. Can we do that? That's all him, though.
I mean, actually, the one thing, and I know, again, we did this before, was just with the pilot, and the question was, how can you top what you guys did in the pilot? Because it was so big, and, every explosions, storylines, everything was big, but it seemed like you found amazing ways to keep the story going. It's not a CGI-driven show or anything like that. It's amazing. And I remember thinking, actually, the second episode was even better than the first one. That you found a way to sort of do storytelling and action without, having a massive budget to do it. I assume that's been sort of the goal all along, too.
It's our goal. I mean, I think it's one of those kind of necessities of mother invention. We don't have an unlimited budget. I think Big Shot's actually a higher budget than we did this year, and that's not a joke. So I think you have to balance the drama and you have to balance the action. And I think, for me, like, it's a lot of the really small, violent moments that I really appreciate. It's where he's smashing his double into the mirror and little things like that that are just, they're not big car. I don't need, car chases bore me and stuff like that. And, by episode 2, everyone was wondering if we were going to hit a Terminator with a vehicle every single episode. So we've taken a few off, but yeah, I think you kind of have to balance those things. And also, you have these great actors and you want to see them act instead of, just run over stuff or be run over.
But, at the same time, the fight scenes are very gruesome. Do you have a particular favorite fight scene or any particular good punch you've learned that you've, applied to real life?
My favorite fight scene was in the first episode. I love crashing into breakaway walls. It's exciting. And I got to do that myself, so that was my favorite fight scene so far.
And I do think that, it kind of really goes, people say, how do you do it? And it kind of goes unnoticed. It's always cool to say, oh, these guys, a lot of them do their own stunts. It's really important that they do their own stunts because it saves us so much time to kind of use stunt doubles and then come in and punch in for them. It's really time consuming and frankly it never looks as good. And I think to be able to have these guys actually able to do these things, especially all the stuff that Summer has to do, it's one of the reasons we can actually do it is because you can just put them in there and film them and it cuts our time down a lot. It's a huge part of it besides just being really cool.
Have you applied any of this to real life? I mean, now just look a little tougher when you walk down the street. You haven't punched anybody in real life, I assume, or maybe.
Well, I talked my boyfriend into letting me practice the BB gun on him. Joel gave me a BB gun to practice during the pilot, and he would hold a pillow, and we would play around the house. It's real fun.
And you guys are still together, right?
Glad you're not getting too personal.
It's true.
So,
Try it, but be careful.
as long as you can stay together, I think that's really a good testament. Anything you've learned playing a robot? Any trick to basically playing a robot? You do very well. So, any particular thought process you can do when you're in the middle of being a robot?
I just do what Josh says.
That's very robotic.
Just read what it says and I do it. It's working so far. Right.
It's great, that's such bullshit. Summer's like the ultimate employee. She's just just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Go around that wall, fine, I'll do it. But understand that there were weeks and weeks when we were not there, when I was on strike and stuff, and then she makes her, they all do. We have directors, but a lot of times and this is just true in TV in general, a lot of times actors are left to direct themselves. They do a lot, and these guys do it, they do a great job, she just wants to, we're gonna fire her, but she just keeps kissing ass. It's just non-stop. She's still scared. She's still auditioning.
I wonder if she was just more threatening with you. You're not afraid of her now, though, are you? With all she's learned or not?
No, I'm only afraid of her. And I can say that because she's not here.
If she doesn't beat it, she's not here so you can talk about it. Does she beat anybody up? Does she,
I think she would.
Lena punched me once. She did. She would just goof around. It's I think people who know, boxing, they feel the need to stand in front of you and bounce around a little bit. And she popped me in the chest once, and I know I look quick, but she drilled me.
Lena's a sweetheart. That's true.
Now, I'm curious because there's such a fan involvement in the franchise and the show. What kind of feedback? And I don't know if you get feedback wherever you go. People saying, I love the show. How about this? Or your character should be blind. Do you get a lot of feedback from people?
Me?
But I guess you guys first.
Yeah. Well, I have a tendency to read all that stuff, which I'm told I'm not supposed to do, but I do it. Sometimes it makes me happy, sometimes it hurts, but I still do it. And I've read that the response to the show is really good. My favorite thing is to go on and read the people who probably don't know the franchise as well and come on and say, there's a big continuity mistake. This and this was wrong, and that and that. And then like the people who actually know what they're talking about will come on and it'll be like a 25-page dispute over like what was wrong and what was right. And I just trust this guy, whatever he says. So it's been really good. And Summer's a rock star. That makes me happy. And we're just glad people are watching it.
To get feedback too, I assume you get a lot of feedback from fans about this particular show.
Well, yes, I can't get on the boards though. I get really sad if somebody says that I did something bad. I get really depressed, and it's hard because we're making a really important show here that people are really attached to the story and we have a certain responsibility, and so we really care about it. We really care about it. So I stay away from the boards, but I let my mom send me some of the good links. She'll email them to me and say, see, people like you, and I'll click on that.
My mom sends me the bad links.
So does my dad.
Yeah.
Well, my dad sends me the bad ones. My dad's always got, over 2 doors down, had a question about what he thinks is a mistake. Dude,
Your mom is always like, you shouldn't have said that.
he's in trouble.
Yeah, I do read the boards. Just purely for entertainment, most of the time. Well, no, because I've gone kind of full circle. So for me, it started becoming really entertaining for me to go on and find out just how much people didn't like me. No, really. So it was, especially signing on to do the show and knowing that I was playing a Reese, I knew it was a big deal, and I love the films. And to go on and when I was first hired, read on the sites that everybody's going, what the fuck are they thinking hiring Brian Austin Green to play, to be on this show? That's the dumbest idea, like wanting to murder Josh, and it was like, I was going to ruin the show and all of that. And then to read from episode 1 to now, which is actually only 2 episodes, but to read that from the post right before my first episode to now, they've stopped using this name, the 3-name thing. Oh, the big one here, and are now just calling me Derek. I feel like I did my job, and that people like the character. So it's fun for me.
I know we actually talked a little bit about this in the Jericho panel before, but for the actors too, maybe it's taking it too seriously, but it seems like whenever you do a part, whenever you do anything, maybe you take a little something away either from the character or from the experience as you move ahead. And I'm curious for all you guys, what, either from your character or just from this whole experience, has kind of either changed you or you're taking away from it.
I've changed tremendously for the positive, personally.
We're going to have to find out how you started then.
No, I just, are you asking us what we would take away from it?
But, I mean, doing this character, doing John Connor, does it, I don't know if it changes you personally, but...
I don't know if playing John has changed me personally, but this show has taught me a lot about strength and relief. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's a really interesting thing that when we did this pilot a year ago. You shut up over there. We did this pilot a year ago. I'm having a moment, and everybody said it was going to be crap, and now everyone really likes it, and that we all believed in it for a year when nobody had seen it, and it takes guts every day to go to work. I still believe in it, and it paid off, and it's taught me to not back down.
Oh, I'm next.
We'll flip a coin.
You know what? I'm going to come away. I think I'm going to come away from this show really, honestly, in my heart, feeling like science fiction kicks ass. And this is the first opportunity I've had to do it, and fucking praise the Terminator, because it's really the best thing I could have been a part of, and it's been a great experience. Just from day one until now, everybody's great. Josh Friedman, John, thank you for hiring me. It's fantastic, and it just, it kind of continually lets me know that I just need to trust that I'm an actor and it's what I do, and no matter what anybody says on boards or otherwise, that I should just figure it out. So, that's what I walk away with.
Okay.
I thought it was like the last 2 minutes of Hillary Clinton's debate. Really, no, that's just still community.
Yeah, it's not over.
It's not over.
It's not over, no.
Not after a fight.
Actually, I'm curious, I mean, the same thing, maybe applying to you, the experience of doing this. What has it taught you? What do you take from it?
This is the first TV show I've ever done. I've written pilots before, but, I was living in the feature wilderness for 10 years or however long, and I think, it's just great to make things. I think that you just kind of, you get all caught up in all the other bullshit about it, and at the end of the day, it's really great to write something, and then sometimes the same day, but often in that same week, you see it made, and I think, it's really gratifying to make things, and you realize, oh right, that's why I wanted to be in this business. I wanted to make things, and I spent a lot of time, and I've written some movies that got made, but I didn't feel like I'd made anything, and so I think for me, just being able to actually, and it helps me as a writer. I've made a lot of mistakes, in episodes. I've tried things, some of which you guys will never see, and some of which you probably have already seen, and so I think just as a writer, I've learned a lot. It's a great job.
I'll say this. One thing I've learned, which is really a testament to you guys, is that I've been writing television for about 25 years, and I've done a lot of episodes, and people have been trying to convince me that the television viewing audience is not that bright. And this show, on this series, we have done nothing to dumb this show down. We have made it obscure. We have not filled in any of the blanks. We've taken a lot of stuff out of the script, which people have begged us to put in or keep in, so that our, the typical viewing audience would understand what the hell we're doing. And we rely on our actors to sell things a lot through acting. I know it seems weird, but
And we rely on audiences like you to understand it.
So the thing about this audience is you guys get it, you totally get it, you are ahead of us in most cases, and it's really helped us in our battles with the people that we work for in trying to get, good storytelling on the air. So, thank you.
Okay, we're going to actually get to your questions. I'll do one more up here, so if everybody wants to come over, get ready with your questions. Feel free. I guess, just two other things. First of all, my son would actually kill me if I didn't ask this. Are there any real Terminator robots you have just sitting around, and can he have one?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I have a head that sits next to me on my desk when I work out. It's awesome.
Yeah, I got that on a Christmas card that you sent.
I know. I sent it my Christmas, my holiday, my New Year's card is like my little 3-year-old son with his Terminator head.
That's a fan Christmas card, is some of the Terminator head. Josh is a fan. That's why the show's as good as it is.
Did the eyes glow too? When they
The eyes glow. They sent it to me. It got sent to me as a gift from Rob Paul, the makeup guy. It was like, I felt like it's like the end of 7. So here's a box. Oh. And my son was like totally freaked out. Was going to like terrified. He like walks over. He's like, Terminator, welcome to your new home. Either a writer or a serial killer.
It was a very thin line, by the way. Just one last thing. I know, no word, probably not for a while, about another season, but have you sort of mapped it out a little bit in your head where you would go, or and will that be set up as we get to the end of these last 3 hours?
Yes, I mapped it out. Yes, I know what I'm doing. You know, I think the end of the season obviously was abrupt because of the strike. There were supposed to be 4 more episodes we didn't do. I think the season finale ends with a big cliffhanger, but that's purely luck. I mean, it's honestly, it just, that happened to be what episode 9 was when we walked out. So, you know, we still have sort of, it's in a weird place where we have stuff that was ideas that were left over from the end of the season, and then we had next season, but we sort of have to rejigger some of our end of the season ideas because they have to become, hopefully, season 2 ideas, and the rhythm of the season, you can't kind of open season 2 necessarily with where you were going to have episode 10 be, and so things are in flux, but we're working on it. We have a lot of ideas. Be rest assured, we're not completely and utterly clueless.
All right, why don't we start with some of your questions?
Okay, we've got a whole long line of people with questions, but please remember, make sure it's a question. Autographs, can I have your picture? Can I have your baby? Can I have a date? Can I have a phone number? Do not count as questions.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you, Josh, and everybody for the show. It's incredible. What can we as fans do to help ensure that the show has a second season? Because I'm DVRing it, I'm watching it several times a week, and I'm downloading it after the promotional period so you guys get paid. And
Thank you. Bless you.
And I'm telling friends about it. What can I going to do? Yeah.
You're doing what you can.
Everything you can.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. We love it when people DVR the show as opposed to watch it live. We do. We actually have the, I think, last stat I looked at, we were the 3rd highest, second highest drama DVR. Now, American Idol was, but so it was like us and Chuck. So that's this audience, and you guys, you guys are the ones who do that. But that, and believe me, we call Fox up and say, hey, did you see the DVR numbers this week? And hey, did you see where we are on iTunes download? And it's like we bug them about that stuff, and they know. But I mean, look, just watch the show and
please just watch the show.
Tell Lena hello. Thank you.
Thank you. We will. She's a
This question is for Summer Glau. You have gone from playing a girl who was a killing machine but was kind of catatonic to now playing a fully functioning actual killing machine all the time. What differences did you find in playing Cameron from instead of playing River?
Well, I was lost. I didn't when I first read the material. It was very complicated. I mean, I knew what Terminators were, but I felt like this Terminator was different, and she is. And it's a fine line for me. She's a robot, and I don't want to take the easy way out and just play it like a robot, and I don't want to just play her like a girl. I want it to constantly be a tug of war between the two. And it's different from River, although I find there are similarities. They're both kind of isolated in the way they relate to others and the way they see the world. So I feel like there are some similarities, but it's much easier to fight as Cameron. No more martial arts. Just pick things up and throw them.
Hi, I have a question for Josh and Summer. I'm going to ask Summer first because it requires some thinking. And actually, it's actually a good follow-up. So you played characters like River and Cameron and Tess in the 4400, which I was really sad when it was canceled.
Me too, thank you.
And these characters are all sort of sci-fi, psychic, mind-controlling robot characters. And I was wondering, well, if you could play a normal, human, regular kind of girl character, what sort of character role would you like to play? And then think about that while I ask Josh.
Okay.
Josh, I actually do think the show is really funny, so...
Oh, thank you.
And also, I'm Hadley's friend, Sunil, who knows Rob.
Oh, hey!
Yeah, hi. You told me to meet you, so hi. I don't know if you can meet you afterward, but I'll be over here, sorry.
I'll be over here.
All right, the question is, would we be seeing Teresa Dyson again?
Yes.
She's a great actress.
Not this week.
Okay.
Or next week. But yes.
So if you keep watching the show, yes.
She's great. I love her. She's a great actress. She's really strong. And yeah, I'd love to get her. Summer, do you want to answer that question? Have you been thinking?
I want to do a Western. So, play a cowgirl. No, I just want to do a Western. I've already done it.
Hi, this question is for Summer, who is awesome, but everyone here is awesome. Thomas is awesome, Brian is awesome, but mostly for Summer.
Summer's more awesome. Well, don't be sensitive with your words. We're used to it.
Oh, well. I heard that you're doing an upcoming ballet with Joss Whedon. Can you talk a little bit about that? And can we get Cameron to do ballet on the show?
Will you be watching tomorrow night?
Oh, sure. Will you watch tomorrow night's episode?
Watch tomorrow night's episode?
Well, you'll just have to
then call me afterwards.
Oh, the ballet. Well, it was going to work out better when we were on strike, unfortunately. I mean, I was just doing, we wanted to do the ballet for years, because Josh writes his own music. And I do my own dancing, so it was an amazing idea, and we were getting close to a possibility, but now, he's been thrown into a really big project, and I'm hoping to go back to work. We might finally fit it in this season, so we're talking about concepts, and we're nailing it down, but I know, I wanted to do it for years.
Thank you.
Yeah, keep an eye out.
This is for Summer as well. I was just wondering, how did you...
Should we just... Who cares about my polka video that I'm doing with Wu-Tang Clan? Joss Whedon ballet. I'm doing a polka video.
Me in that.
Maybe we could just step off stage.
Go ahead. You're dismissed.
But so I was just wondering, how does it feel to be back in the network that canceled your first show, Firefly? How does it feel to be back there?
I pray really hard every night.
Okay, I'm really sorry I'm playing into everyone, so I apologize to everyone. But Summer, I do have to ask you, I'm a huge fan, and I wanted to ask about the whole ballet and combat. Does it really help, and how much harder do you think it would be if you hadn't had ballet experience previous?
I think it would be a lot harder just because I've been on an accelerated course studying my own martial arts since I started. I got thrown in, and I do it mostly all myself, 90% of it. And so it doesn't help as much being a Terminator. I kind of have to undo some things. But, the thing is, when you do stunts in a TV series, it goes by so fast. Sometimes we show up on set and the rigging's all set up and we have to just go and do it. So, and the stunt guys are really big. So we learn it all like choreography with counts. So you're going to swing at me on 2 and I'm going to kick you on 4, and that's how we learn it really quickly. So I think it has helped me quite a bit, and I can sort of watch shapes, the way they move, and mimic it more easily.
Thank you very much.
And if I didn't know how to dance.
Hey, this question's for Thomas.
Summer, you take this one.
First of all, to everyone, I really do love the show. Terminator mythology has been something I've been following since T2 and stuff, so great job. Thomas, I'm also a Heroes fan. Last season,
I was waiting. When was this going to come up? It's been a whole half hour.
Seriously. No, there was an annoying guy named Wes on Heroes, and I was just like, where the hell is Zach? And, I just wanted to know, do you know the fate of Zach, or if you're ever going to make a guest spot again on Heroes? I mean, we love you doing
Thank you, Abe, for making it a nice question. That's always sweet. No, I mean, literally, it just came down to, I was on that show, I auditioned for this because I was only recurring on that. I thought I was only ever going to be in the pilot. So it was a whole nice surprise that I kept coming back. And then I got this, and John Connor is, come on, Star Connor. I had to run and take it. And there was talk that I was going to do an episode, but it just didn't work out for time, and it was going to kind of wrap him up. So I don't know his fate, and I'm sure Wes is cool. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it's cool. Thank you. Thanks.
Hi, I think you guys are doing an exceptional job with the writing and the casting and the acting. You guys hit it dead on for all the fans. This, not to bring up bad memories for summer of Firefly, but working with Fox in the advertising campaign, I work in the tech industry, and I figured that a built-in fan base of the Terminator franchise, Firefly, Serenity, Heroes, 300, all those fans together, like, back the show up. But a lot of people who I thought would be fans, I've had to convince them otherwise, saying like, no, it's a great show, have been turned off by Fox's advertising campaign. And I'm wondering if you work with them with it, if it's going to be tweaked, or, you know, what feedback you've gotten from it.
Can I ask you, are you talking about the print ads, or are you talking about the actual commercials?
I think it's the commercials, as well as the MySpace campaign, and all the other like online advertising. A lot of people who, I think mostly the commercials that they've seen, they, you know, didn't really respond well to them, and, you know, I had to convince them otherwise.
What do you think it is about that commercial
promotional
campaign that's turning your friends off?
One of them was I think there was the cute line of like, you know, I got a shotgun, I got 9mm. Some people said that they thought it was corny, which I thought it was funny, you know, coming from the franchise, and I was like, oh, that's pretty funny. But some people were like, it kind of turned me off. And I'm like, really? What? Come on! Like, so I didn't know if you guys had gotten any feedback from, like, you know, people who didn't like the advertising or thought differently or wanted something else from it. So.
Well, I sort of do too. I feel like when you're making a series, it's a lot of things. You know, when you think about Terminator, you might have a specific reaction. I think we're staying true to the films, but we're also adding a lot of humor, and we're doing a lot of character development, and it is a worry for me when people see a flash of something on TV, they get an automatic idea of what it is. And unfortunately, it's just something that people are going to have to trust us and tune in and see a whole episode, because there are funny moments, and I think it's critical to our series. And I don't know.
I think that when you have a brave, intelligent show, sometimes people spending billions of dollars on it want to make sure that it still looks very accessible. I think Fox has done a very good job, but I do think that sometimes they want to make sure that it will appeal to everyone, but sometimes that appeal puts off the more specific, intelligent viewers that are sitting in this room that actually would really like the show. That would be my meager opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, I haven't had a chance to really sit down with them a lot and talk to them about it. Again, I was gone for 4 months where most of the ads were taking place. Yeah. I would like to see the show. I would like to see the show sort of, it's just called the argument for the show, framed differently than it is. I mean, I feel like it's being advertised sort of, you know, kind of basic action clip tagline kind of thing. And I'd like to see something a little more conceptual. I couldn't tell you what that is off the top of my head, but I think that, you know, sometimes when they're putting these clips together, they're getting the material, you know, a couple days before they have to get that ad out. They're turning that ad around very quickly. So it's challenging, and of course then they go for the glib, you know, or the big moment, and it's the trailer moment, as opposed to trying to really work on a campaign, which I think requires more thought.
Thanks. We've got time for about one or maybe two more questions.
I can't.
First, I'd like to apologize if this question is stupid. We've been watching, we have a Pentium 4 hooked up to a 36-inch TV, and we don't have cable, we've been watching all our shows online. I couldn't help but notice that in one of the Terminators in his vision refers to Cameron as a cyborg. I wondered, you know, if you could comment on where this is going, or if there's anything more happening with that.
Well, they're all cyborgs, cybernetic organism, you know, flesh around endoscope. What's the exact quote, sorry? No, I mean, I think cyborgs generally what they've always been called. They're not robots. us. They're cyborgs.
I was.
Okay. Okay. Next question.
Hi. Sorry, my throat's a little off. I had a question about the music on the show. So Bear McCreary is totally awesome, of course. So I was just wondering what the decision process involved in getting him was. Did you like see his work on Battlestar and say, I gotta have that guy?
There you go.
And did you know beforehand that doing Terminator was like his dream job?
No. No, we met with him at a coffee shop, which I lovingly refer to as Josh's office. It's now been closed, but he came and we were very excited to meet him because we're all, such big fans of Battlestar, which is just an incredible show. I have nothing to do with it. But we were kind of surprised when he sat down and started talking about the Terminator, his passion for it and his understanding of the concept and what his ideas were for, his musical, the conception of what it was he was going to do. And he goes off to his little room, and he sends us CDs with, the works in process. And it's just incredible. I love it.
I actually find it's the most exciting thing as an actor on the show to act a scene, play it, shoot it, and then to watch it, and almost purely because of the score that I am in it, but I'm moved just from the music. So it's really good.
I think, I get, it's funny. The Fidel score is just like Schwarzenegger or Linda Hamilton or that's the thing. The show is full of these iconic things that we've decided to come and tear out of your hands and mangle up and hand you back in a different form. And, so every one of them, it's somehow terrifying when you kind of do it. And, Bear, luckily Bear sat down and said, oh my God, Bear Fidel, and he just went off on it. We're like, besides that I'm a huge Battlestar fan, so it was a no-brainer,
We are out of time.
I want to thank you guys, but before we go, we're not entirely out of time because
Who said that? Buy that woman a drink. Why isn't it called that? For good reason. Thank you.
If you knew Thomas, you would know how dangerous that idea is.
We have one more thing. Something I know you brought for all of you guys.
Oh, right. We brought a little gift. We brought a sneak peek of the season finale. It's a weird little clip, and I'm trying to contextualize it. It's a spoiler alert, I guess I should say. In recent episodes, Cameron's character has taken something from the Terminator. She's taken his chip out, and a lot of people are wondering why she did that or what we might find if we could see what was on the chip. So this is actually a scene where we see part of what's on the chip.
And it's cool.
It might not make any sense anyway, but that's what it is.
Conversation seems like a good catchphrase. If you put that out, that would be a perfect point. Anyway, give it up for these guys again. I want to thank you guys.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the cast and executive for Terminator, the Chronicles series stars, Brian Nelson Green and Summer Blau, Thomas Decker, and executive producers John Work and Josh Friedman. Please stick around, ladies and gentlemen, for the encore presentation of